Hello, hello, and how are you today? So today I'm back here for the Tuesday Chill Talk, and today the topic of the day is which role model are you, and what is the impact on your teenager? So as usual, I'm going to start with a role model definition. So a role model is a person looked to by others as an example to be imitated or not. Via my definition. So let me just jump right in. So obviously, role model means somebody that you want to imitate, but it could also be someone that you don't want to imitate, and in that way, it's like this role model that you've had, and that you know that you want to be the opposite of, or a completely different role model, or a completely different individual from that person. So let's dive in. We've got three types of role models. So there's three types of role models. There's positive role models, reverse role models, anti role models. So I'm gonna just go a little bit more into all these three types of role model. But before I do, I just want to center everything and to maybe make you understand, or maybe point out that everything here comes out of values. So which values do we have as an individual is what is going to bring out a little bit more of the role model that we are looking for, or maybe that we are not looking for. So when you are talking to your young people, to teenagers, just make them understand that it's their values. So this is why it's so important, and this is why I am so passionate about talking about understanding values as a young person, as a teenager, and having principles, having certain behavior that we want to follow, is because of those things. So let me go into the three different types. And let me stop babbling away. So the positive role model is the first one. So those are most people who have achieved success in a certain area. So an area that you want to kind of like, the young people want to go into. So basically, it could be, I don't know, basketball. Some people maybe want to be like Michael Jordan, this icon, and have the achievement that is had. But there is a but into this. Even though it is a positive role model, there is no guarantee of how the success was achieved. Like there is no complete understanding and complete knowledge of everything that went into it. So there could have been things that wouldn't have been good with the values of the individual who wants to imitate that person. And then we have the reverse role model. So the reverse role model are people who achieve success in a certain area, and it's a bit different. Is you would not maybe repeat their behavior into achieving this the success or the achievement that they've succeeded. So basically for young people, that means that it's people who have actually achieved what they want to achieve, but have done it in a way that is completely wrong to that young person, or is completely against their values. Someone that is been, if I could give an example, is like knowing the values, knowing what you want is also like knowing what you stand for. And basically, if you stand from, I would say, liberty or from freedom, and then the person who's achieved that is gone through something like war, and there's been maybe people killed. This is a really extreme example, but it can happen. Um, that not that, even though yes, the freedom was achieved, but it was achieved with these kind of things that happen, then those do not go with the value that you got that is important to the young person. So that was an example. We can find other examples, and it was a bit extreme, but bear with me here. And then you've got the anti-role model. So the anti-role model is people who have not achieved. So they have completely not achieved what it is that the young person wants to achieve, even though they are following the path that they need to follow in order to get to the achievement. And I will tell you why this role model is actually a great role model as well. It's because it explains and it shows things that have gone wrong, and where young people can learn from other people's mistake and understand that, well, even though they followed this path, a certain behavior happened, certain values got in, certain principles were used that didn't in effect help the person achieve their goals. So in all, teenagers can have different impacts from all of this that is happening. So the impacts that they can have a passion and an ability to inspire, because they've seen it happen and they've seen it with others. They've seen how this is impacting the community, and therefore they have this want, this need to go and achieve the same thing. It can help them, as I was saying before, avoid certain behaviors, certain principles and values. It can also help them understand more about different approaches, different ways that they can go about, different ways that they can even research, find out about, that they can use. Like all path leads to Rome. All path leads to Rome. Obviously, all paths are not the good path, but all paths lead to Rome. Then they can be, on the positive side, they can be less inclined to be envy, to have self-pity or resentment, and instead they can show ability to overcome obstacles and have more resilience in a way. And as I was saying before, a big impact as well, again, is a commitment to the community. And what I've done here for the parents is that I've done, let me just grab it, sorry. I've done a recording for parents that you can use if you want. You can just, I tried to upload it to Facebook, but it wouldn't let me. So if you want it, you can simply contact me on the email address that I left in the previous post. I will still put it in the comment here, and you can ask me for the recording. So basically, it's a neuro-linguistic programming recording, and it's called the New Behavior Generator. So as a parent, in case you feel that you are not where you need to be as a role model, or you are not where you would like to be, or you are not portraying yourself as the way you want to be, and what can you do about it? So I've got this visualization recording here that can help you get to that stage where you are actually the best role model for your teenager. So without me babbling on too much, I'm gonna put the recording on in a minute. That's it. Okay, so the recording is gonna start now. Have a listen. you can hear it.
First, I want you to understand where you are beginning. So let's decide on a scale of 1 to 10 where you are at with the situation at hand. Once you've done your decision, I want you to think of what it is that you want to improve. Which behavior would you like to change? Take a minute and think about it now. Now I want you to reflect on what it is that you want to be different. And we are talking about being a role model and changing the behavior. What do you want to be different? Once you have a grasp of it, I would like you to chill and visualize. Visualize the best version of yourself as a role model. The role model you always wish you could be. Or the role model that you saw, you witnessed, and that you'd like to be more of. The role model that will be the best impact on your teenagers. Once you are happy with this new vision of yourself, I would like you to imagine that you are jumping into that new vision. So the old vision of you is now jumping into the new vision. And you immerse yourself with the energy. Soak up the energy and remember one thing that you will take with you always, that will always remind you of that feeling of being exactly who you wish to be. Now let's fast forward to a future that could be near and a future that could be further. I want you to see yourself into a situation where you need to act as a role model. I want you to see yourself and to visualize yourself as being in that future environment, future situation, enjoying being this new version of yourself, this new version of a role model that you want to be. And I want you to take that feeling and remember that this feeling of yourself is actually you yourself. Now that this exercise is coming to an end, I want you to rescale yourself and rescale the way you are as a role model from 1 until 10. Remember, you can redo this exercise as many times as you wish in order to realize the full vision of your best self as a role model. Thank yourself and go on to be this best version of yourself.
Thank you for listening. So I'm going to lead on to the last part of this Tuesday Chill Talk. And the last part is, how can you support young people to choose role models that will help them thrive? So first thing first, help them do a brainstorm. Simple brainstorm. What do they like? What do they want to be? What do they see themselves achieving? Where will they be? Which kind of path will they follow? Who will be around them? All of this, let them jot it down on a piece of paper and really put everything that they feel in there. Then, once they've done that, support them in doing some research of who is it that they know, maybe, who is it that they've seen, who is it that they've approached or they've been in contact with that has had this kind of accomplishment that they desire. Who has had that? Then, once this has happened, let them connect. So, if it is somebody in the media, they could always follow the person online. If it is someone in the community, they could always go in and ask the person to be mentored by them. But they could also volunteer themselves to shadow that person. And now, in the worst case scenario, in the scenario that the role model that they are looking for does not exist, what should they do? It's really simple. I've got 2 things to tell you. So first thing, they should focus on the behavior that they feel they need in order to accomplish the goal. So which behaviors will that role model would have had to accomplish that goal? And then, really simple, support them in experimenting those behaviors. Experimenting, having, going to a certain place, acting in a certain way, so that they get to understand what comes with the behavior. And they get to make the choice themselves, so you are empowering them to understand what are their values, what are their principles, and what it is that they can achieve according to the behavior they choose to have. So this is it for me today. This was the Tuesday talk today. I hope you take anything from it, any value from it, and that you help young people thrive wherever you are. And if there is any comments you want to put, feel free to put the comments in. I'm going to put again my email address. So if you want to recording, the recording can be listened to as many times as you wish. And if you want the recording, just let me know and I'll send that to you ASAP. So that was me for today. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for listening. And I shall see you next Tuesday for another Tuesday Chill Talk. Bye.